In the early days of my adventures in personal development, I stumbled upon a truth that would forever alter the course of my life. This truth wasn't hidden in the pages of a book or whispered in the corridors of a university. No, this truth was discovered in the midst of living, in the actions I took and the decisions I made. You see, there was a time when I, like many of you, was more acquainted with wishful thinking than with taking decisive action. My days were filled with dreams of what could be, with little regard for the steps needed to make those dreams a reality. It was a comfortable existence, dreaming away, but comfort, I learned, is often the enemy of achievement. I remember a particular winter in Idaho, the cold biting through the thin walls of our farmhouse, a reminder of the harsh realities outside. It was during this season, both literally and metaphorically, that I came to a stark realizing, wishing for the spring does not bring it any closer. Wishing for a harvest does not plant the seeds. And wishing for success does not create it. The only way to change my circumstances was to take charge of my life, to move from passive wishing to active doing. This realization hit me like a cold splash of water in the face on a freezing Idaho morning. It was invigorating and terrifying all at once. To take charge of your life means to take responsibility for where you are and where you're headed. It means understanding that the power to change, to grow, to succeed, lies not in the hands of faith, but in the strength of your own actions. Taking charge of your life is not a one-time decision. It is a daily, even hourly commitment. It requires discipline, the kind of discipline that gets you out of bed on a cold morning to do what needs to be done, even when every fiber of your being wants to stay under the warmth of the covers. It demands courage, the courage to face the unknown, to try and perhaps fail, and then to try again. But let me assure you, the rewards of taking charge are immeasurable. When you shift from wishing to doing, from dreaming to acting, you open yourself up to the full potential of your life. You become the architect of your destiny, building your future brick by brick with the choices you make every day. As we move forward today, remember this. The life you desire doesn't start tomorrow, next week, or next year. It starts now in this moment with the decision to stop wishing and start doing. Take charge of your life. Embrace the discipline required and watch as the seeds of your actions blossom into the harvest of your dreams. Let's not dwell any longer in the comfort of wishes. It's time to stand up, to act, and to transform our lives. Not someday, but today. In the theater of life, there's a character many of us have become all too familiar with. Its name, procrastination. It's a crafty actor, always ready with a convincing argument as to why we should postpone our actions and dreams to a later date. It whispers, "Why do today what you can put off until tomorrow?" And in doing so, it introduces us to a mythical time we lovingly refer to as someday. Let me share something with you, something I've learned from the countless winters and springs on the farm in Idaho and from the many seasons of my life. Someday is a mirage. It's the carrot dangled in front of the horse, forever just out of reach. If we're not careful, we can spend our entire lives chasing after this illusion, never realizing that the power to act, to change, to succeed is in the now. Procrastination seduces us with the comfort of later. But here's the stark reality. Later may never come. The perfect conditions we wait for, those stars we hope will align, are as unpredictable as the weather. Waiting for the perfect moment is like waiting for that Idaho farm to till itself. It simply won't happen. The power vow is not just a concept. It's a call to action. It's the understanding that the time we have is a precious gift, not to be squandered or given away lightly. Each moment presents an opportunity to take a step closer to our dreams, to plant the seeds of our future success. Why then would we delay? Starting today is crucial because today is all we truly have. Tomorrow, with all its uncertainties, is not a promise, but a possibility. And while possibilities fuel our dreams, it is what we do in the present that turns those dreams into reality. Imagine if we treated each day with the reverence it deserves. as a unique chance to move closer to our goals. Think of how much further along we could be in our journey towards success and fulfillment. This is the essence of taking charge of your life, of seizing the day and making the most of every opportunity. So as we stand here at the crossroads between procrastination and action, let's choose the latter. Let's make a pact with ourselves that starting today, not tomorrow, not someday, we will take concrete steps towards our dreams. Whether it's a small step like reading a book that enlightens your mind or a significant leap like starting a new venture, let it begin now. The illusion of tomorrow is just that, an illusion. The reality, the truth of our existence is woven in the hours and minutes of today. Let's embrace it with open arms, with a heart full of courage and a mindset on action. For in the end, it is those who make the most of the present who will look back with satisfaction at a life well lived, a life where dreams and reality meet in the beautiful dance of achievement. As we move from this realization, let us carry forward the urgency of now, integrating it into every aspect of our lives. It's time to lift the veil on procrastination and step into the light of action. Together, let's make today the beginning of everything we've ever wanted. Let's talk about a game that many of us have played at one point or another in our lives. It's a game as old as time itself, known universally as the blame game. It's a game where there are no real winners, only lost opportunities and wasted time. This game has a simple rule. When things don't go our way, we blame circumstances, other people. And sometimes, if those two aren't enough, we blame luck. Now, I've observed this game from the farm fields of Idaho to the bustling cities where dreams are both made and lost. And here's what I've noticed. Blaming is easy. It's much simpler to point a finger outward than it is to point it back at ourselves. It's not my fault. We say it's the economy, my boss, the weather, or any number of things we can think of. But here's the truth I've come to find in my journey. Blame is like a rocking chair. It gives you something to do, but it gets you nowhere. Taking responsibility for your own life and outcomes is the antithesis of the blame game. It's about acknowledging that, yes, external factors do play a role in our lives, but it is our response to those factors that truly defines our path. It's about recognizing that the power to change our circumstances lies within us, not outside of us. Imagine for a moment a ship at sea. Its sails billowing in the wind. The captain of this ship cannot control the wind, just as we cannot control the myriad external forces that impact our lives. However, the captain can adjust the sails, can steer the ship in the right direction, can navigate through storms to reach the desired destination. We are the captains of our own ships, and our decisions, our actions, and yes, our responsibilities are the tools we use to navigate the seas of life. Taking charge of your life means no longer playing the blame game. It means understanding that while we may not control every aspect of our journey, we do control how we respond to the challenges and opportunities that come our way. It means realizing that success and fulfillment are not matters of chance, but choices and actions that we make every single day. So, let us choose today to stop blaming and start owning. Let us decide to take responsibility for our actions, our decisions, and ultimately, our lives. This shift in mindset is not just about avoiding blame. It's about empowering ourselves to create the life we desire. It's about moving from a place of passivity to a place of action, from a mindset of scarcity to one of abundance. In doing so, we open ourselves up to growth, to change, and to the incredible possibilities that life has to offer. We move from being victims of our circumstances to being architects of our destiny. And that, my friends, is a journey worth embarking on. As we leave behind the blame game and embrace responsibility, we set the stage for the next crucial step in our journey. Setting clear, actionable goals. It's one thing to take responsibility for where we are, but it's another to know where we're going and how we plan to get there. Let's dive into the art of goal setting, shall we? Moving from the foundational step of taking responsibility, we find ourselves at the doorstep of another critical aspect of crafting the life we desire. The art of goal setting. You see, setting goals is much like drawing a map for a treasure hunt. Without a map, you're just wandering, hoping to stumble upon something great. But with a map, every step you take is purposeful, moving you closer to that treasure, or in our case, our dreams and aspirations. Defining clear, actionable goals is not just a task for those who wish to achieve something extraordinary. It's a task for anyone who wishes to make the most out of life. A goal, by its very definition, gives us a target, a point on the horizon to aim for. And the beauty of goals is that they can be as varied as the individuals who set them. From the desire to improve one's health, to the aspiration to start a business, to the dream of writing a book, each goal is a reflection of our deepest desires and values. Now let me share a simple yet profound truth. The act of writing down your goals is as important as setting them. You see, there's something almost magical about putting pen to paper. Writing your goals down transforms them from fleeting thoughts in your mind to commitments that you can see, touch, and review regularly. This act alone greatly increases the likelihood of achieving your goals. It's as if by writing them down, you're making a pact with yourself, a promise to strive towards making these goals a reality. But setting and writing down your goals is just the beginning. Reviewing them regularly breathes life into them, keeping them fresh in your mind and ensuring that your actions align with your aspirations. Life, as we all know, has a way of throwing unexpected challenges our way, and it's easy to get sidetracked or even forget what we were aiming for in the first place. Regularly reviewing your goals acts as a compass, helping you to recalibrate your direction and focus, ensuring that despite life's storms, you remain steadfast in your pursuit. Let's not underestimate the power of this practice. By clearly defining what we want to achieve, writing those goals down, and reviewing them often, we're not just dreaming. We're doing. We're taking the nebulous and making it concrete. We're taking the intangible and making it tangible. And in doing so, we're taking significant strides towards turning our dreams into reality. As we embrace the art of goal setting, let us move forward with the understanding that our goals are not just destinations, but stepping stones in our journey of growth and self-discovery. Each goal achieved not only brings us closer to our ultimate vision, but also builds our confidence, skills, and sense of fulfillment. Now, having set our sights on what we wish to achieve and committed those aspirations to paper, the next logical step is to bridge the gap between where we are and where we want to be. And the bridge that spans this gap is built of discipline and action. Let's now turn our attention to embracing discipline, the very essence of turning our goals into achievements. Having set our goals is like planting seeds in the fertile ground of possibility. But, as any garden will tell you, the act of planting is merely the beginning. For those seeds to grow, to break through the soil into the sunlight, they require consistent care, watering, sunlight, and protection. In the garden of personal achievement, that care, that consistent action is discipline. Discipline, often misunderstood as a form of punishment or a heavy burden, is truly the bridge between goals and accomplishment. It's the daily commitment to do what is necessary, even when you don't feel like it, especially when you don't feel like it. It's easy to act when inspiration strikes, when the winds of motivation are at your back. But inspiration and motivation are fleeting, coming and going with the changes of the wind. Discipline, however, stands firm, a steadfast companion guiding you through the calm and the storm alike. Consider the power of small daily disciplines, simple actions repeated day in and day out. These might seem insignificant in the moment. Choosing water over soda, reading a few pages of a book instead of watching TV, setting aside a small portion of your income for saving. Individually, these actions might not appear to bring you any closer to your grand ambitions. Yet, it's precisely these small daily disciplines accumulated over time that lead to great achievements. The magic of discipline lies in its compound effect. Just as a single coin added to a jar every day can grow into a substantial sum, so too can the daily practice of discipline lead to the realization of your most ambitious goals. It's the consistency, the day after day effort, that builds bridges, writes books, transforms health, and changes lives. Embracing discipline means understanding its value, not as a punishment, but as a liberator. Discipline frees us from the whims of mood and circumstance, placing the power firmly in our hands. It asks not for grand gestures, but for consistent action, for the strength to do today what will benefit us tomorrow. So as we stand here, goals set, dreams envisioned, let us commit not just to the act of dreaming, but to the daily practice of discipline. Let us recognize that each day presents a new opportunity to take a small, seemingly insignificant step towards our goals. And let us remember that these steps, these daily disciplines, are the most powerful tool at our disposal for turning the life we dream of into the life we live. As we wrap our minds around the power of discipline, let's prepare to take the next step in our journey. Translating discipline into action, turning the potential energy of our disciplined intentions into the kinetic energy of movement and progress. It's in this action, this movement, that our goals begin to take shape, transforming from ideas into reality. After embracing discipline and setting our sails towards the shores of our goals, there remains a crucial element that often decides whether we'll weather the storms or be swept away by them. This element, my friends, is self-belief. It's the anchor that keeps our dreams steadfast in the face of adversity, the compass that guides us to the uncharted waters of our endeavors. Overcoming self-doubt and the fear of failure is no small feat. These are the twin giants that stand at the gate of every opportunity, challenging our resolve, questioning our readiness. But let me tell you, the key to defeating these giants isn't found in external validation or in the fleeting applause of onlookers. No, the key lies within, in the quiet assurance that you are capable, that you have within you all you need to succeed. Consider for a moment the story of a young artist filled with passion but plagued by doubt. Every stroke of his brush was shadowed by the fear of not being good enough, of his work not being recognized. Yet he continued to paint, to pour his soul onto the canvas because he believed in the value of his art. Today, his works hang in galleries around the world, celebrated and cherished. What if he had given into his doubts? What if he had let the fear of failure dictate his actions? Or think about the inventor, laboring in obscurity, her ideas dismissed by those who couldn't see her vision. She faced rejection after rejection, each one a blow to her confidence. But within her burned the unshakable belief that what she was working on could change the world. And so she pressed on, refining, improving, until at last, her invention found its way into the lives of millions, making the world a better place. Her belief in herself, in her idea, was the light that led her through the darkest hours. These stories, and countless others like them, share a common thread, a deep, unwavering belief in oneself. This self-belief doesn't mean ignoring your weaknesses or pretending they don't exist. Rather, it's about acknowledging your challenges and still choosing to press forward, knowing that growth and capability are born out of perseverance. Cultivating self-belief starts with small affirmations, daily reminders of your worth and potential. It grows every time you step out of your comfort zone, every time you choose action over inaction in the face of doubt. With each step, the voice of self-doubt grows quieter, and the fear of failure loses its grip, allowing you to move closer to your goals with confidence and clarity. So as we continue on this journey, let us nurture the seeds of self-belief. Let us remind ourselves in moments of doubt that we are more capable than we realize, that our dreams are valid and attainable. And let us carry this belief as our shield, protecting us from the arrows of fear and doubt, propelling us forward towards our destiny. In embracing self-belief, we prepare ourselves for the next crucial phase of our journey, learning from failure, For it is in our failures that our belief is tested and our resilience is built, shaping us into the individuals capable of achieving greatness. Let's step into this next chapter with the confidence born of self-belief, ready to learn, grow, and ultimately succeed. In the grand tapestry of life, every thread of experience contributes to the masterpiece we're creating. Among these threads, failure stands out not as a flaw, but as a vital pattern that adds depth and richness. Learning from failure, seeing it as a teacher rather than a setback, is a perspective that transforms obstacles into stepping stones, leading us to heights we once thought unreachable. Let's consider failure not as the opposite of success, but as part of the journey towards it. It's in the moments of failure that the soil of our character is fertilized with the lessons needed for growth. Each time we stumble or fall, we're presented with an opportunity to rise stronger, wiser, and more resilient. History is replete with stories of individuals whose failures became the prologue to their greatest achievements. Take, for instance, the story of a young man who faced defeat after defeat in his early life. He failed in business, suffered a nervous breakdown, and was defeated in numerous political races. Yet Abraham Lincoln's belief in himself and his vision for his country didn't waver in the face of these setbacks. Instead, he learned from each failure, using it to propel himself forward, eventually becoming one of the most revered presidents in American history. Or consider the inventor whose teacher said he was too stupid to learn anything. He was fired from his first 2 jobs for being non-productive. This man, Thomas Edison, went on to hold over 1,000 patents, including the phonograph and the electric light bulb. Edison famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." His failures were not stumbling blocks, but stepping stones, each misstep a lesson leading to his monumental successes. These stories, and countless others, illustrate the transformative power of embracing failure as a teacher. The lessons learned in the crucible of failure are those that prepare us for our most significant achievements. They teach us persistence, humility, and the invaluable skill adaptation. So as we journey through our lives, let us approach failure with a heart ready to learn and a spirit undeterred. Let's replace the fear of failure with the courage to try, knowing that each attempt, successful or not, brings us closer to our goals. It's in the act of rising after a fall that we truly discover our strength and potential. As we cultivate this mindset, we ready ourselves for the next phase of our journey, the power of action. It's one thing to dream, to set goals, and to learn from failure. But it's in taking action that these dreams and lessons converge into reality. Let's move forward with the understanding that action is the true test of our commitment to our dreams, the crucible in which our aspirations are forged into achievements. In our journey towards achieving our dreams, we've navigated the importance of setting goals, embracing discipline, fostering self-belief, and learning from failure. Now we arrive at a pivotal point, a principle that serves as the engine for turning our aspirations into realities. This principle is action, the fundamental key to success. Action is what separates the dreamers from the doers. It's easy to dream, to imagine the life we desire, but without action, dreams remain just that, dreams. Action is the bridge that connects the world of possibilities to the realm of achievements. It's the process of taking the intangible, a thought, an idea, a plan, and making it tangible. Let's talk about the compound effect of consistent action over time. Imagine a large, heavy flywheel. At first, pushing it requires a lot of effort, and it barely moves. But with each push, the wheel turns a bit more easily, gaining momentum until it's spinning freely with just a gentle nudge. This is the power of consistent action. Each step forward, no matter how small, builds upon the last, creating momentum that propels us towards our goals. Consistent action is akin to planting a garden. You don't plant a seed today and expect a full-grown plant tomorrow. It requires regular care, watering, weeding, nurturing, day in and day out. Over time, those small, daily actions lead to a thriving garden. Similarly, the small steps we take each day towards our goals may not seem significant in the moment, but over time, they accumulate, leading to great achievements. The beauty of action is that it breeds confidence and clarity. With each step forward, we learn more about ourselves and our path. We discover what works and what doesn't, allowing us to adjust our course as needed. Action demystifies the journey, breaking down the overwhelming into manageable tasks, making what once seemed impossible entirely achievable. So as we stand on the precipice of our dreams, let us commit to taking action. Not tomorrow, not someday, but today. Let's embrace the small, consistent steps that will lead us to our destination. Remember, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step, and it's within our power to take that step. In doing so, we ready ourselves for the next phase of our journey. Stay in the course. It's one thing to start, to take action, but it's another to maintain focus and keep moving forward, especially when faced with adversity. Let's prepare ourselves to persevere, to remain steadfast in our commitment to our dreams, knowing that through action we are shaping the life we desire, one step at a time. As we journey through the process of transforming our dreams into reality, we've discovered the importance of setting goals, embracing discipline, cultivating self-belief, learning from failure, and taking decisive action. Each of these steps is critical in its own right, but there remains a final piece to the puzzle, a quality that binds all these elements together over time. This quality is persistence, the ability to stay the course in the face of adversity. Persistence is what keeps us moving forward when the path becomes steep and the skies turn dark. It's the inner strength that helps us maintain focus and motivation over the long haul, especially when the initial excitement has faded and the reality of the challenges we face becomes apparent. Consider persistence as the heartbeat of our journey, the steady rhythm that keeps us alive to our dreams, even when external circumstances try to snuff them out. It's easy to be motivated when everything is going our way, but true growth and achievement come from pushing through when everything seems to be against us. Staying the course requires a clear vision of what we're striving to achieve. This vision serves as our North Star, guiding us through the darkest nights and stormiest seas. When we're tempted to veer off course, discouraged by setbacks or lured by shortcuts, our vision reminds us why we started this journey in the first place. It's also crucial to celebrate the small victories along the way. These moments of triumph, no matter how minor they may seem, are the fuel that keeps our engines running. They remind us that progress is being made, that our efforts are not in vain. Each step forward, each obstacle overcome, is a testament to our commitment and a building block for our future successes. But what about those moments when the weight of our goals seems too heavy to bear? When persistence feels more like a burden than a virtue, it's in these moments that we must lean on the lessons we've learned from overcoming past failures, the confidence we've built through action, and the discipline we've cultivated day by day. These are the tools that will help us cut through the fog of doubt and continue on our path. Let us also draw strength from those who have walked this path before us. The pages of history are filled with stories of individuals who achieved greatness not because they never faced adversity, but because they refused to be defined by it. Their persistence in the face of seemingly insurmountable obstacles is a beacon of hope for all of us. As we prepare to face whatever challenges lie ahead, let's embrace persistence as our constant companion. Let us stay the course not merely because we're stubborn, but because we believe in the value of what we're pursuing. Our dreams deserve no less than our utmost effort, our unwavering commitment, and our enduring persistence. In closing, remember that the journey towards achieving our dreams is a marathon, not a sprint. It's a test of our will, our patience, and our determination. But with persistence as our guide, there's no obstacle too great, no distance too long, and no dream too far out of reach. Let's keep moving forward, step by step, day by day, until we've turned our dreams into our reality. As we draw our conversation to a close, I want to leave you with a thought, a simple yet profound encouragement. Take the first step today. Not tomorrow, not next week, today. It's easy to stand on the edge of our dreams, peering into the future, waiting for the perfect moment to begin. But let me tell you, the perfect moment is a myth, a mirage on the horizon of procrastination. The best time to start is now, with what you have, where you seizing control of your destiny isn't a grand, one-time gesture. It's made up of countless small decisions, actions taken every day, steps forward in the direction of your dreams. It's saying yes to your future and ah to the doubts and fears that have held you back. It's embracing the power within you to shape your life, to mold your future into the vision you've dared to dream. Remember, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. But it's not just about taking that first step. It's about continuing to walk day after day, facing the challenges and embracing the opportunities that come your way. It's about not letting the setbacks define you, but using them as stepping stones to climb higher. You have within you all that you need to begin. You don't need to wait for more knowledge, more resources, or more confidence. Start with what you have, and you'll learn, you'll grow, and you'll find what you need along the way. The act of beginning, of moving from thought to action, is a declaration of your ability to command your own life's ship. As we part ways, I hope you carry with you the understanding that your life is yours to create. Your dreams, no matter how distant they might seem, are within your reach if you're willing to stretch out your hand and grasp them. Let today be the day you decide that you are the master of your fate, the captain of your soul. So, let's not wait for another day, another moment, or another sign. Let's make today the day we take charge, stepping boldly into the future we've envisioned for ourselves. With every step we take, let's remember why we started, who we're doing this for, and the lives we'll touch along the way. The path ahead is ours to choose. Let's walk it with purpose, with passion, and most importantly, with persistence. Your destiny awaits, and it's time to seize it with both hands. Let's go forward, together, into the bright future that's waiting for each and every one of us.